Hey guys, I know this is something that I never done before, type of video I've never done before, where I talk about books. I usually talk about movies, music, TV shows. But today I wanted to show you guys my Stephen King book collection. Now, of course, I really do like Stephen King books. I really do like Stephen King. I've read a few of his, but it's been a while since I've read one. So I've been wanting to read one, then review them and so forth, and start from his shortest books to his longest books. But today I wanted to show you guys my entire Stephen King book collection. So eventually I'm hoping to do a review on a Stephen King book, but I went back to school, so I don't know when I'll be doing a review on it. So when I get a chance to actually start reading one. But today I wanted to show you guys all of my Stephen King books. So yeah, let me get started. So first one I got here is Dreamcatcher. I actually got two copies of it, this paperback and a hardcover. The reason I got the hardcover is because it was only $1 at half price books. So yeah, so that's why I have, of course, the paperback and the hardcover, which is actually pretty cool because I really like the cover on both books, so I thought they were pretty cool. Just wanted to get those two out of the way since I got two copies of it. Then I got Bag of Bones, which I read a while back, but I remember really liking it. One of my all-time favorite Stephen King books. Of course, it has a cover for the A&E miniseries, which I thought was pretty cool. I have watched the miniseries for Bag of Bones, but it's been a while. So Salem's Lot. Really great vampire novel. It's better than the fucking Twilight bullshit you see nowadays. Thought this was a pretty cool vampire book. Then I got The Stand, beast of a book. Never got the time to read it since it's over 1,000 pages, and plus the text on it is really fucking small. But eventually I'll try to get around to reading it. Stephen King on the back, but hopefully one day I'll read it and do a review of it for you guys. Then I got Tommy Knockers, which I really want to read. It looks really good. Really love the cover for this one. I don't know why, but just but it's over 700 pages, so eventually I'll come around to reading it. Duma Key, another one I've been really wanting to read. Got Stephen King on the back. Premise is pretty fucking interesting, the plot of it, but hopefully one day I'll be able to read this one when I get a chance. It, another beast of a book about that one clown. I have seen the movie years ago. It's been so fucking long since I seen the movie, but another book I've been wanting to read, but since it's over 1,000 pages, I don't know when I'll get around to reading it. But then Thinner, one of my favorite Richard Bachman Stephen King books, since it's under his pen name. It's probably my favorite one from his pen name, Richard Bachman. Pretty freaky book, really good too. Loved it. Carrie, another short one. One of his first book he ever published. Really fucking good book. So I really love the new version of the movie. The original movie is pretty good, but I kind of do prefer the new version, honestly. But it's Carrie, really good book. Dark Tower 1, Gunslinger. Never really got around reading to it, but even though it's only like 300 pages and the text is, it looks like a fast read, but never really got around to it. Misery, another one of his most famous books. Saw the movie a long time ago, loved it. But then they removed it from Netflix, so I never really got a chance to rewatch it and review it, so that was shitty, but that's Misery. Skeleton Crew, one of his short story books. It has some mist in it that I've been wanting to read, so hopefully I'll be able to get around to it. But I love this cover too with a monkey. It's pretty fucking freaky. It's the back. Green Mile, of course, this is a version with some of the books fell down. This is with the movie poster. I don't know. Yeah. Insomnia. I've been wanting to read this book, but I've heard that it's kind of boring, so I don't know if I want to read it anymore. But it's Insomnia. But hopefully one day I'll read it and see if it is boring or not. So, Running Man, another Richard Bachman book. What's unique about this book is that it doesn't go by chapters. It goes by like minus 100 and counting, you know, and it just goes down to 0. Then they made a movie from this book that won Arnold Schwarzenegger won. So, yeah. Hearts in Atlantis, it's actually another short story book, but compared to his other ones, you have to read these in order because they kind of connect with each other. So, yeah. Read a little bit of it. It was pretty good by what I read. Writing as Richard Bachman, another Bachman book, Blaze. I think it's 2007, 2008 or so. With honestly, I kind of do want to read, but never got around to it. Really do love the cover for it too. Drawing of the Three, Dark Tower 2. Haven't read it because of course I gotta read the first one, but it's a little bit bigger than the first one. But pretty cool cover. Talisman, the Stephen King Peter Straub book. This is the version where the text is a little bit bigger and it's fucking like 900 pages or so. It is, yeah, a little bit over 900 pages, but it looks pretty fucking interesting. 4 Past Midnight, book with novellas. This one has the Langoliers, which I thought the movie, I did a review of the movie a while ago, so, and the Langoliers movie was actually pretty fucking cheesy but fun to watch. Then Secret Window, Secret Garden, they made a movie of that one too with Johnny Depp. Loved Secret Window, one of my all-time favorite movies. So Secret Window was a pretty fucking good movie. Black House, which is actually a sequel to Talisman, was written like 20 years later, but looks pretty interesting. Cujo, about that dog. Yeah, read a little bit of it, seemed pretty interesting. Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon, which is actually Stephen King's shortest book next to Carrie. I think this one's like 20 or 30 pages longer than Carrie, but yeah. Really loves the cover Stephen King chooses for his books. Christine, about the killer car. It's the back, Stephen King on the back. Everything's Eventual, which is actually one of my favorite Stephen King short story books. Haven't read all of them. I've read at least half of them. Like I've read Autopsy Room 4, Men in the Black Suit, which Men in the Black Suit is my all-time favorite Stephen King short story. I loved it. All That You Love Will Be Carried Away, Death Jack Hamilton. 1408 is in here, which I loved. I loved the movie. The short story was great too. So those are just a few that I've read. So, and also really love the cover for this, especially like the back with the glass and the blood. Cell, I remember I started reading this one a few years back, but I don't think I finished it. I don't even remember. I remember I started reading it, but I'm not sure. It's a zombie novel type of book. So I don't know. Pet Cemetery. Want to read it, but never got around to it. Lacey Story, which is like a romance book. I bought it a while back, but I've been having trouble wanting to read it because I want to read it, but at the same time, whenever I start it, it's like I put it down after a few pages because it doesn't really seem interesting for some reason. But eventually I'll force myself into reading it, but for now, try to read other books. The Shining, did a review of the movie, the Stanley Kubrick one. Love the cover for this one. Classic book. Haven't really read it, but it's probably his most famous one. It's like it. Nightmares and Dreamscapes, another short story book. Pretty big of a book, a little bit over 800 pages. Roadwork, another Richard Bachman book that he did. Pretty fucking short, like a little bit over 300 pages. His Bachman books are pretty fucking short. They're usually range around 300, 400 pages. No more, no less. So it seems pretty interesting. Just After Sunset, another one with short stories. I have read the first. I remember reading the first short story, Willa. Read a little bit of Gingerbread Girl, but that's about it. Yeah. And then the last book I have from Stephen King is Needful Things, one I've been dying to read, but I haven't had the time recently to even read because I've just went back to school, so a lot of work and shit. So, but eventually I'll read this one. Looks pretty interesting. So yeah, that was my Stephen King book collection. Hopefully I'll be able to do a review on them eventually. I was thinking of since I'm back in school and don't really have time to read, I was thinking of starting to read with it, like his shorter books, like Cujo, Misery, Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon, his Richard Bachman books, and like rereading like Thinner and shit. So eventually I'll start reading those and do reviews on them eventually, so hopefully I'll be able to do that one day. So I'll be able to review the book. But for now, I just wanted to show you guys my entire Stephen King book collection. And yeah, that was my entire Stephen King book collection. I'm hoping to get more, but that's it for now. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.